let's see if we can get everyone through the door today without any problems.
Books.
Yeah,
I'm
shut up.
seen to fly, described as hard. I can be your currency and heal all wounds, but not many things can stand my test.
Now it is a completely different riddle. Okay.
Can you please repeat the riddle?
I'm seen to fly.
I'm seen to fly,
described
as
as
hard.
hard. I can be your currency and heal all wounds.
Time.
But not many things can stand my test.
Time can fly, time can be hard, time can be a currency.
Time.
Correct.
That one was easy at least. Now come on. All through the door without... We've got the same problem, guys. We all made it through the door. It was still a bit of a struggle, but we all made it through the door. Thankfully. Okay.
Someone's been here recently.
Well, we need to go through there. What is... Those don't really sell for much, do they? Yeah, definitely. Give me the orange. I will take everything I can get. I just want a quick side note. Quick. I'm sorry if I look terrible. My sinuses have been giving me such terrible problems these past couple of days. So my eyes are like all puffy and sore. So I've also been giving the makeup a break so that it can give my face, you know, just some breathing time. But it feels like it's actually just making it worse. See, I'm having serious battling with my sinuses. I think it's just like the pollen and stuff in the air. And now I was just about to say we're on the same problem, different door,
Well, the competition's here. Kill them.
wow. This is not going to last long for you guys. I should have saved before coming after making it through the other door. Ow! What is chowing my health like that? Owie! Whee! Okay. Let's do... Oh! It's these dudes. These little mofos are standing in the back thinking they're invincible with their little arrows. Do you see what I mean? I'm loving this sword. Absolutely loving it.
Descended straight from that water.
Let Nordling.
Another guardian.
Sorry guys, I'm so sorry. My sinuses are just absolute bitch today. Well, for the past who knows how long.
It's reacting to my spell.
Okay, can I... What's that? Let's read it. I know I look like I've been dragged through something, but I'm okay, I promise. I am okay. I might look like shit, but I am okay. I think it's just with everything, with all the emotions and the pollen and everything in the air and the wind that's been crazy, and I'm okay. A long time ago, the princes of Bremerwood angered the powers of the depths, perhaps even the gods themselves. A sea dragon began to prowl the coastal waters, killing fishermen and pearl hunters. Poverty and hunger threatened the principality, so the ruler decided to appease the sea by sacrificing a maiden, for in those dark... Why is it every time that there is a problem or something, the first thing people jump to is sacrificing a woman? Usually a virgin. Why? Who came to this conclusion that virgins, innocent virgin souls, make the purest for sacrifices? For in those dark times, that was the very manner for dealing with economic crisis. That's what I'm saying. Like, who decided this? Luckily for the young woman, a witcher was in the area, Strolling along a beach, he noticed a serpentine beast emerging from the water towards the lass, who was chained to a seaside rock in a less than decent pose, which would also have other comments, but I'll rather keep quiet. The Witcher killed the dragon, freed the woman, and as the chronicles tell us, ploughed her, with her consent, of course, on the aforementioned rock, because obviously that's what a lot of the women here have been offering Geralt when we save them. We can see a reflection of these events in the summer sky on condition that our Silver Lady does not show her face. This is the fearful lass looking west towards the dragon, slithering ever closer, and beyond this the Witcher sneaking up on the beast from behind. Now, if you excuse me, I need to go blow my nose. I just want the orange, thanks. Why am I putting the lid on my lap? The gnomes of Mahakam and... okay. What's this? Astrological charts. Okay, and that's where we came through. There's something here. Legendary treasures. I think that's everything. In the north, gnomes are widely known to inhabit Mahakam, where they coexist in full harmony with dwarves without any of the discord that usually arises when two races settle in a single area. Both the gnomes and dwarves, the mountainous region, make a living by mining and processing the untold mineral riches found there. Yet the mountains, hills, and vales of Mahakam are not home to the largest gnomish population. That honor belongs to Torchair, where the diminutive creatures produce the legendary weapons that are then exported both north and south. The famous Gwairs, forged according to gnomish technology, are reputed to be the best blades in the world. Though less known than the swords themselves, the blast furnaces and steam hammers, which the gnomes and dwarves use to smelt metal and work alloys, deserve the same admiration. I don't know why that passage has suddenly made me crave to play some Darksiders. One of my most favorite games is Darksiders. I did a sketch of War. Did a sketch of him. Few knew that Torchair became a leading exporter of beautiful opals after an earthquake revealed thick seams of the precious mineral. Gnomes are unrivaled masters of the jeweler's craft, and Mount Anur, the slope of which collapsed to reveal the deposits, is now called Treasure Mountain, as the opal is mined directly from one of its faces. Sounds like I ran a marathon where I'm reading. Okay, this is just astrological charts. Among the acknowledged treasures of the last century, 3 have gained exceptional fame. First is the Amber Chamber, which Ferrell, I don't know if I'm butchering these words, Demivan's father took as a spoil when he defeated Medal of Temeria. This breathtaking masterpiece, a chamber's decor made entirely from amber, was sadly lost in the storm of war. Either buried or destroyed, all traces of it have disappeared. The second treasure belonged to the dragon Okvist of Quartz Mountain, known also as the Crystal Mountain or the Mountain of the Burning Sands. A group led by Yarpen Zigrin killed the beast and took the treasure, which included sapphires singular in hue and diamonds as large as cherries. Said gems then sent the jewelry market into disarray. The third legendary treasure of the century, shrouded in mystery for both its composition and the details of how and where it was found, remain secret. One thing is certain. It included ancient artifacts of untold power. One of the items exploded, claiming the lives of 3 of the 5 mages studying it. The world at large might have heard more about the discovery on this occasion, but not long after the tragic accident, a veil of silence once more descended on the matter. Okay, they stood.
Too bad about Gaspar.
Right, I suppose I'm going to be talking to the
A group of
door now.
travelers wandering through the dark. 3 guides above them, so 3 were marked. At night they trailed a drake serpentine and a silver lady shining and fine. If only her visage she would deign to unfold. By day they followed a mountain vault, its riches untold.
Did I hear someone complain about the riddles being too easy?
Let's think this through. There are 9 alcoves, a fresco
Yes.
in each. That's 3 groups of 3 frescoes.
The riddle mentions 3 guides above the travelers. We must examine the frescoes, seek answers there.
I'll advise you about the riddle, but I will not take part in disarming the device.
Of course.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Of course. Right. Let's listen Okay, so there's 9 alcoves, 3 groups, and there's 3 guys. Let's the first
What do you think's
verse.
the first verse.
I would say it describes a serpentine dragon swallowing its own tail, which represents infinity and thus time. The hourglass likewise symbolizes time. In this case, the time of the traveler's journey.
I believe it's the dragon constellation. It would be visible at night. What's more, sources on alchemy invariably portray dragons as winged, and as an accomplished alchemist, Gehenna would also be a competent astrologer. The verse must refer to the constellation.
In alchemy, the winged serpentine dragon represents prime matter, an essential component in the process of alchemical transformation. The verse seems to indicate the allegory illustrating that transformation.
Okay, I thought we'd be able to listen to it. Oh, yeah. How did that line go
Can
again?
someone remind me how the line was worded?
Yes.
The first verse was, "At night they trailed a drake serpentine."
So it could be, I would lean more towards the dragon constellation and the allegory of alchemic transformation, but with it saying at night they trailed a drake serpentine, to me it would make more sense for the dragon constellation, because then, as he said, you'd see it at night. Yeah.
It should be the dragon constellation.
I shall take that one.
Okay, then the second
What do you think of the
verse.
second verse.
To my mind, it speaks of the white rose, symbol of the order of the flaming rose. You see, the fresco itself resembles a coat of arms, and in heraldry, silver is rendered as white. So the Silver Lady and White Rose are one and the same.
Silver
I
and
think
white.
it describes the full moon. In alchemy, the moon represents both silver as a metal and the feminine element.
The order remains largely unknown in the south, so the White Rose seems unlikely. Every Nilfgaardian, on the other hand, has heard of the Imperial Nausicaa Brigade, which has the Death's Head as its symbol. The brigade's name is female, and they say death follows the unit. So the Silver Lady could very well be Nausicaa or the Death's Head.
Shining and fine, if only a visit she would. It could refer to the full moon. I feel like we're going middle all the time. I don't think it would be the White Rose, because, like she said, the Order of the Flaming Rose wasn't known by across many areas. So it's very slim chance it would be the White Rose. The full moon would be a good guide for a while, and the Silver Lady shining in fire. But with the Death's Head, on the other hand, I think let's go with full moon.
I think it's the full moon.
Allow me.
Okay. And then the third
What do you say to the
verse.
third verse.
It describes the precipice, the ravine amidst mountains. An ancient rule in alchemy states, as above, so below. The vault is the ravine into which the riches of the mountain flow.
We must read the third line literally. To me, it suggests the Mahakam Mountains and its mines, from which dwarves and gnomes extract many ores that are invaluable to alchemists.
Which we
Those
just read.
mountains are a vault in and of themselves.
The verse is not literal. In many legends, towers are in fact vaults, which the hero must penetrate in order to rescue an imprisoned princess or find a long-concealed magic item. The mountain vault is the tower.
By day they followed a mountain vault. That would make sense, because I think we should go with the mine entrance in the mountainside. Because I mean, by day they followed a mountain vault, its riches untold.
The mine entrance
Yeah.
on the mountainside. That seems logical. I'll stand next to that fresco.
Let's give it a shot.
Let's see if we can solve this. Take your places.
Count me out. I want to live.
As you
I
will.
want to leave. Right, so we should stand by this one. Do we just stand? Yeah, this is...
Intruder detected.
So he stands right by the door. Retard. I want to live, but he stands by the door so he can get fried. Oh dear. Wait, so did we get it right or did we get it wrong? The riddle proved quite challenging, but the explorers put their heads together and solved it. Another door stood open before them. Unfortunately, only those standing near a fresco were safe. So we solved it correctly. Damn! That is an achievement. That is the first time ever I've solved the riddle in one try. So unfortunately, those standing near a fresco were safe. So he should have actually stood with someone in a fresco, because then he would have been completely safe. Still shaken by his companion's death, Farad the alchemist chose not to take part and fell victim to more of Dehenna's malice. The remaining members of the party. That's like the Saw movies. You think, oh, I'll just go with the safe option. Meanwhile, it was the worst option you could have gone for. The remaining members of the party paid their respects in silence and moved on.
Our expedition has grown thin. Such a shame. I actually found those two amusing.
Shut up.
Of course, my lady.
Of course, my lady. Okay, let's head in. Wouldn't this be for that thing we...
A golem? So Dehenna's legend is true?
It is no more than an obedient machine created to follow orders and kill. Not unlike our Witcher.
So I guess we should get along famously.
You? What do you know about golems?
I don't
I'm a
run into
Witcher.
them in every forest, but any good bestiary describes golems at length, and I've read more than my share of those.
Geralt, I'm not questioning your knowledge, but I should be the one to...
Actually, you are questioning my knowledge. Listen, I know what I'm doing. I'll try to get it to reveal the word that'll deactivate it, or I'll just mess with its head. Break the code.
So now we've got a burglar in our midst. Be my guest. Try.
My intentions are good.
As are mine. Know, however, that this may change.
Derhenna must have been pretty lonely if he gave you eloquence.
The Master made me a guardian. Nothing less, nothing more. And you, provided you stand there, are a guest.
I know this is also a trick of what you ask him. You can either fight him, or you can actually, but you gotta... Shall I...
Powerful magic created you. Derhenna was a true master.
He is still, since his mastery survives.
Okay.
As a conscious being, you must be lonely here.
You are wrong. The pain of the world, melancholy, lies within the domain of emotions and feelings. My thoughts are governed by pure logic, restricted by my program.
But you can learn. They say that a penchant for philosophy can only come from curiosity.
In my case, it comes from the will of the Master, who liked to speak with me.
And do you feel a need to discuss?
I feel nothing. I just have that need.
Can we discuss the program that controls your behavior?
Of course not.
Okay.
Can I ask you for the name word which brought you to life and which can deactivate you?
Do that, and I shall consider you an intruder.
Yeah, see, so you can't... Okay.
I have other questions. So you're aware you're an automaton?
Do we really know who we are, where we came from, and where we are headed? Is human life predictable in that the cycle of birth and death ensnares it, better than mine? When a human is born, he is obedient to his parents. Later, he listens to tutors, masters, corporals. Finally, he succumbs to the will of death.
And to think that Adalbert questioned Derhenna's mastery. You're far more self-aware than a typical golem. Can you make sovereign decisions?
The Master made me the way I am, because long discussions were to his liking. I can make decisions, within my program, of course.
So you decide who's a guest and who's an intruder.
Who else would? Guests chat innocuously, exerting no pressure. All others are intruders.
Has anyone tried to enter before?
I recall no intruders. I do, however, remember guests who left after being warned.
When was that? What did you discuss?
I am a machine. My memory is limited.
Who, if anyone, is allowed to pass?
Dehenna, but he is dead. Also guests may pass, but I stop intruders.
Tell me more. Who's a guest and who's an intruder?
Is it not obvious? A guest keeps his distance, or knows the name word. An intruder is anyone who enters too far, attacks me, or otherwise interferes with my being.
I have other questions. Do you remember your creator?
Of course. I was summoned into being by Master Dehenna. I abide by his will, by his power, by the necessity encased in my stone bowels.
Dehenna is dead.
His word, which animates me, lives on, as does his legacy, which I protect. Empires will rise and fall, rivers will shift their courses, but I will remain obedient to one master on my eternal watch.
This one's risky. It's very risky.
Dehenna must have been an exceptional man. Can you tell me about him?
I guard everything that belonged to the master, including his privacy, which he valued highly. I can tell you nothing.
Did your creator give you a name?
I'm called obedience and unyielding persistence. I am a guardian and the humblest of servants.
A golem's name is the word that gave it life, and that can take it away.
I'm getting so
You
impatient
must
in the
have
back.
a name.
I own nothing. Everything belongs to my master. How could I divulge the name if I exist solely to protect my creator's property?
All right. I think I know how to get past this thing without a fight.
Burglar witchers, philosopher golems, an expedition replete with fascinating discoveries.
And terrible disappointments. Shut up, Adelbear. And you, Witcher, deal with that golem.
Yes, ma'am.
We know you exist by the will of your master, thanks to the name word he gave you.
That is true.
You were created to discern intruders from guests. You are to stop the former and greet the latter.
Intruders must be stopped.
Sacred law of hospitality, which is spelled wrong. Hospitality. Let's talk about lies and delusions.
Are you aware that intruders may seek to deceive you?
I have stone fists to defend myself against those armed with swords. I have my iron logic to defend against those armed with words.
But intruders could include sorcerers who alter reality. They could be illusionists or mere liars. What then is certain?
My existence is certain, as is my master's will.
Okay, I'm Dehenna in disguise, and I've been testing you. Only you and the masters will exist. Everything else is doubtful. As sapient beings, we can come to an understanding. If you don't let us pass, you will die. Should we try?
See, we're not that different. Life is all about making mistakes and constantly seeking answers.
Oh fuck, it failed.
Well said, but only intruders use charms. Obviously, as an automaton, I am immune to all magic.
That's why I didn't want to try.
The intruders.
That's why I didn't want to try. But oh well. If we die, then I can try. Oh god, I am definitely gonna die. Oh lord. Why are they all converging on me? Na, 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 na. We never stood a chance. They're so difficult to defeat. It's always easier to try to speak him out of it. Okay, so it will obviously, this you'll die will lead to a fight. This leads to a fight, and I'm pretty sure that this saying your Gehenna in disguise is also going to lead to a fight. So we're going to go with
Since
this.
only you and the Master's legacy exist for certain, everything else is doubtful. A malicious intruder could cloud your senses.
I am the Guardian. The Master prepared me for that.
He couldn't foresee everything, so he gave you a mind to compensate. You're much more conscious and intelligent than a Guardian needs to be. Your Master says, greet guests and stop intruders. That is certain, but everything else can be a lie. And you cannot allow yourself to attack guests. That would be against your Master's will.
Guests must be greeted, and intruders must be stopped. This is Gehenna's will. Are you a guest or an intruder?
Doesn't matter what I answer. Your senses deceive you. You can trust only your mind. You can't assume I'm a guest, because I may be an intruder. You can't assume I'm an intruder, because I may be a guest.
This is a contradiction, a paradox. The law of excluded middle.
Why didn't I just go with that one in the first place?
We penetrated Gehenna's laboratory.
Let's have a look.
Did you not just see? He fell on top of
A
me.
great success for Nilfgaard, this mission.
Maybe you'll get that.
Okay, shut up. I have a trophy, a golem trophy. 10. Okay, it doesn't give as much vitality, but 10 armor. Thank you. There we go. Right. Gehenna's notes. We'll collect everything
Bacteria strains.
and then read it. I don't want any of that. It's going to just take up, and it's not going to be sold for much. Hello. Ooh. Ooh. Runes. Thank you. That's where you guys came from. Okay. I don't want cloth. Okay. Auras. 500.
My
Oh.
battalion's vibrating.
Another masking illusion. I'll try to disperse it.
Okay. Wait for Cynthia's spell to take effect. Okay.
Later, dear.
Wait.
About the fans.
Examine Gehenna's artifact. Ooh.
The device. What is it?
You've done your job. You'll be paid, and
Paid like
Bugger
the
off.
scholars were? They died once they were no longer useful.
they were never useful, but Cynthia insisted. Fortunately, they were so kind as to remove themselves without my help.
This dude
I'm
is
not
such a
about to be
douche.
that kind.
Adelbear, you know what you're to look for.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a prototype megascope. I didn't know it had survived.
What's it do?
The artifact detects an emotional bond with a person. Its user need only focus on that person and the device will establish a connection.
Great tool for a spy.
Yes.
Time you fulfilled your end of the bargain. What do you know about my past?
You were a rider of the Wild Hunt. I read the reports.
Don't the Nilfgaardians have anything better to do than write reports about witchers?
Not about witches. About you. You are the sole person to have been a member of the host. And survived.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Any detail you can give me would be useful.
Don't trust Letho.
You think I trust the people I hunt?
Look how upset he's getting.
He's your foe today. But he wasn't always.
Yeah, what,
How do you know
let's
I
ask
knew
what she
Letho?
knows.
I've read...
The reports, I know. Why are you warning me about him?
Yeah, you can't be so
Because I
vague.
like you.
Sure.
Is there anything to prove I was part of the Wild Hunt?
Nothing. Apart from the fact that Nilfgaardian intelligence agents are drawn and quartered for lying in their reports.
An enlightened nation indeed.
You haven't the faintest notion how many people are interested in you. Very important people.
Just because I survived.
You're a former rider of the hunt, and you live. You may be the key to solving the mystery of the retinue, and they all know that. You must watch out for yourself.
Let's say you've satisfied my curiosity.
Well then, consider me glad to have satisfied a witcher, whatever the way.
Sure. I would like to say that I can't let you leave with that thing, but I'd also like to try the artifact. I don't know if I don't let her leave with it, can we still try it? So
I'd like to try out the device.
You realize that can only end badly.
Cut in again and I'll put you in my report.
Thank you.
You may use it, but just once.
Giving state secrets away to a Nordling. Will you mention that in your report?
You're sure to be named a commander one day, Adelbert. But until that happens, be a good boy and do your job.
yeah,
Article
so sit down and
22 of
shut
the
fuck
Code is
up.
clear. Suspicion of treason is sufficient grounds to strip a commander of power. Article 1 of my personal code is equally clear. Traitors must be subjected to the most painful death possible.
Okay then. Oh god, okay. Is she gonna help? Oh, did someone get upset? Ooh. Oh, now you're gonna do that, huh? You know, I can do it too. Oh, I've already got it on. Okay. I've just gotta wait for it to, you know, kind of wear off. There we go. Wrong person to throw it to. Come on, I can't do anything. Oh, wait, I need to... There we go. Oh, wait, no. Why'd you immediately go to him? Okay. Where is he? Oh, we made such a good team.
I didn't expect that.
Multiplication. Second year at the academy, all mages learn it.
I didn't expect you to take my
Yeah.
side.
Well, now choose one person you wish to contact. After that, the artifact's mine.
Yeah, let's first ask her if she's in trouble.
Nilfgaardian agents get quartered for lying in reports. What does the Empire do to agents who kill their colleagues?
Nothing. As long as no one finds out.
Yeah, she could just say that he died along with the riddles. What do you know about...
How do you know
I've read
the report? Why are you...
because I like you.
But, okay, I don't know
Let's
why...
say...
Well then,
I don't know why we get to ask that shit twice, but okay.
Will we meet again?
I wouldn't mind at all. Look for me at the inn.
Okay.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't eavesdrop while I eavesdropped.
I shan't trouble you. I have a lot of work to do here.
Right. Dear me, dear my. I could think of Triss, but personally, I don't really like her and care about her. Don't want to think of Vernon. Why would we think of Dandelion? Although, shame. Dandelion, our poor little poet. I think maybe we should think of Saskia, because that would be the most to help us towards... Yeah.
I made sure we'd have a trustworthy cook while in Lochmuin. I'll not allow anyone to slip poison into your goblet here.
I cannot sit here and eat in peace while Philippa rots in a dungeon.
Regardless of Philippa's whereabouts and predicament, you must behave as befits a queen.
Does that rule out caring for my friends?
Philippa will manage. And even should she fail, I'm sure her final wish would be that we follow through with the plan. So eat. You must be at full strength during the summit. A very important task awaits you.
I hope you learned something useful.
I'm just sorry I can't use the artifact a few more times.
Its power has been depleted.
I understand. Thanks anyway.
It was very kind of you, thanks. I do apologize if there's any extra noise picked up on the mic. We are busy extending the wall outside in the yard, so they're busy chopping and chasing. There's more.
Notes from a trip he took to Seracania.
I think Geralt didn't like that Candelbra very much. We came in through there, so let's kind of just see all of Dehenna's notes. So let's start with number 1. I've started reviewing the manuscripts. The city annals have survived only in part. The most interesting volumes seem to be missing. Curiously, up to this point, I have not found a single mention of the Vrams. I have happened on an intriguing document. Its content is encrypted, and the dialect itself is strange. Deciphering it is consuming a lot of time. I've recognized the word reptiles, which is a promising thread. The document bears the seal of one Gioveth. I've never heard of this individual. I finally reached the place described by Gioveth. My worst suspicions have been confirmed as I found cells filled with the bones of lizard men. There are more documents too. If the figures can be trusted, the mutated virus was terrifyingly effective. The reptilian tissue must have decomposed instantly. I started to record the mutation procedures once more, this time in a magically protected tone. I now also realize how serious and far-reaching my discovery might prove. If this disease attacked both the Vrans and those in shade who were not vaccinated, what will happen if someone mad or vile enough can be found among humans? I regret having learned this dark episode in the city's history. I have become wary of danger, as the elves must surely be aware that someone has discovered their secret. I have made my last stroll into the ruins of the Black Academy. I will seal my laboratory and disappear. The time has finally come to see Zerikana once more. Damn, that mission took a lot of time. And it mainly consisted of talking. Okay. This. I see orange. I smell orange. Oh, we can't get out here. Okay, that was a waste. Let's go see if we can get Cynthia. She said to find her at the inn. Would it be this inn? I am a little bit lost. Okay, we need to go down there as well. Oh, there's the inn. Cynthia!
We need to talk.
Of course.
You put on quite an acting version.
You had me fooled back in Vergen. That sweet face of yours. Never suspected it could belong to someone who fanatically believes in conquering the North.
Mock me if you must. But I truly believe one huge empire is humanity's only hope. Many nations under one crown. With shared laws, advanced science, burgeoning industry and trade, and no wars, of course.
Sounds great. Let me know when it works out. I'd gladly spend my old age in a land like that.
Wonder what else we could find here.
These ruins must hold many secrets.
I'm certain of that. It was a beautiful city. A city full of talent and hope. But that ill ended with the coming of the Nordling armies.
Think the city would have survived if those armies had been Imperial?
Your king started the war with the Enshe. Nilfgaard's relations with the elves have always been peaceful.
They really did a job on your brain. That was an interesting adventure, Cynthia.
Yes. People bond over experiences like that.
Yeah, kind of makes you wonder what happened back in Vergen. Did you get your promotion?
Not yet. But His Imperial Majesty rewards dedication.
Can he discern the truth from lies?
What do you mean?
I take it the Emperor has no idea his sorceress helped a mutant kill a Nilfgaardian mage.
It was a dangerous expedition. Casualties were inevitable. He'll content himself with that.
Got time to talk? Or are you off on another dangerous mission?
Even we Nilfgaardian agents rest sometimes.
Okay. Every word you say is a lie.
I found some of Dehenna's notes. He studied the history of the Vrans, right?
Among other things.
He makes several mentions of an epidemic.
Loch Muin conceals many more secrets than we imagined. I doubt we'll ever know all of them.
Well, if Dehenna's to be trusted, the epidemic had something to do with the Enshe. Maybe the Vrans caught the disease from the elves.
I'm no expert on diseases, Witcher. Who knows? Perhaps Dehenna was right, and the decline of Vrani civilization was much darker and more sudden than we thought.
Not yet?
I'm working on improving it. I think it'll be useful one day.
Okay.
You knew what we'd find in that laboratory.
Come again?
You wanted the bacteria strains that killed the Vrans, or more precisely, Derhenna's notes from his research into them.
This is very dangerous knowledge.
I suspect that's exactly why the Emperor is so interested.
The North is in chaos. An epidemic is the last thing you need. And one could break out if Derhenna's book fell into the wrong hands.
Fortunately, it's now in the right hands. In Emir's civilized and manicured hands.
Precisely.
I'm finding it hard to believe anything you say.
Did you come here to insult me?
Maybe.
No, sorry.
What exactly do you want?
Oh, I'm curious to know the real Cynthia.
I was curious. I wanted to see which Cynthia I'd meet this time. The spy, the sorceress, or maybe the woman.
Which were you hoping to meet?
The real one.
Let's assume you're speaking to her. How do you like her?
Let's say I like her quite a bit.
Compliments are clearly not your forte.
I just told you why I've come. Care to tell me why you invited me?
Let's say I was interested to see which Geralt would show up.
And
This is leading somewhere else. Let's embrace her. Let's just do it. We get around.
the minstrels got it right. Women of the South are both passionate and clever.
I like to improvise.
Yeah, I noticed. Farewell, Cynthia.
Vafail.
Fail. At least we walked away on a very, very high good note. And I think that is actually a perfect place to end the episode.
Leave the royal courts. Pour venom into rule.
Shut up. So I do think that is a good spot. I didn't think that the episode would literally only be that, but I don't want to really cut a lot out of the mission and then only show a little bit of it. So sorry if we didn't accomplish too much, but we ended it on a good note with Cynthia. We managed to, get the goodies. Even though the longer we spoke, the softer we became. Yet our fearless treasure hunters encountered an obstacle of a different sort inside. A golem crafted by Derhenna guarded access to the sorceress' legacy. Geralt was amazed by Derhenna's mastery. The golem he had created proved a sharp conversationalist and keen logician. Hardly fortunate for our heroes. Still, as clever as the golem seemed, Geralt decided he would try to dupe it. So he did that. We just saw everything go down. But we managed to get 2 extra things out of it. Since all things related it seemed intriguing, the Witcher began looking for pieces of the journal, and it was indicated that Derhenna was not interested in Lochmuin's past per se, but in the Vran race that had built the city and in the mystery of their extinction. The Witcher quickly realized that the Nilfgaardians were interested in the same, and not because they had a passion for history. Whatever had killed the Vrans could very well be useful to the Emperor as a weapon. Leaving Imher capable of genocide, the Witcher grew wary. And we found multiple excerpts from which we just read. Keeping an eye out for this guy would like to be very valuable. Keeping an eye out for it was a smart idea without question. Well, Cynthia thought so too. The sorceress also proved craftier than our hero and outmaneuvered him. Derhenna's masterpiece landed in Nilfgaardian hands. She didn't really outmaneuver us because we just asked if we could use it. So, I mean, we're a Witcher, we don't need to worry about politics like that. So yet again, I will just say I forgot how long this mission can actually be. I didn't want to just do this for this video, but it would have ended up being too long of a video, or I would have had to cut out too much of the mission to ensure I stick to a small, short video. So that will be it for this one. We managed to finish up the riddles and get into Derhenna's laboratory. We learned an extreme load information at least, so that is a good thing. We managed to close off the quest as well, so now we can continue with some more exploring in Lochmuin. Maybe we're hopeful. I can't remember where the Guardian is of the Vrans, because I actually don't think I ever managed to... Because I don't remember these transcripts, and I don't ever remember having it translated. I mean, even the sword thing that he created for me, I don't ever remember actually finding it. This is the first time that I've actually found these documents, where I actually explored a little bit further than what I usually do. But I mean, we learned a lot, we did a lot, we conquered a lot, and we certainly conquered a little bit of Cynthia too. So I think that is actually a really good and happy high note to end it off with. Such a good spot. I do apologize that we didn't do much in this video, but I'm sure with the amount of information and everything that we learned and the things that we did, it will compensate for that. But in the next one, we will definitely continue exploring a bit more, and hopefully close off the exploring side of things, so that in next week's video we can take up actually now going into the summit and progressing the story there. We are getting close. So that is it for this video. If you liked it, hit the like button below, and while you're down there, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!